Hey, great day. Welcome to Motivational Interviewing. This is part two, and we will be talking about how can you elicit change talk so that you can get closer to your goal. And so we are going to first review the stages of change. And then secondly, we are going to help you create a game plan so that you can identify a goal that you want to work on and how that can come into your life as soon as you would like it to. Okay. So, first things first, a review. What is motivational interviewing? Because we covered that in part one. And so, you want to identify one thing that you actually want to change, enhance, or improve. So, typically, the examples that we give are one in our personal life, such as health. And let's just say someone wants to increase their energy, have clear skin, ultimately leading to we need to increase your hydration. You need to drink more water. Then we may cover business. Someone wants more customers or more clients if you're in the service based business. But for the sake of this activity, I want you to choose one area or one thing that you want to see improved or AKA changed. Okay. So, based on whatever that one thing is, I want you to identify on a scale of 1 to 10 how excited are you to enhance it, change it, or improve it. One is, I don't actually even want to touch it. Someone else told me I should work on it. And then 10 is you're feeling high vibe, you're excited, you're aligned with the change, and you really want to start working on it like yesterday. Okay. So now we're going to review the stages of change because now that I have your buy in terms of where you are on the spectrum of least excitement to excited, now we're going to review the changes in the stages. And so, what I do want to just have you also consider is that if you did score low on the one area that you would like to see enhanced, I would ask that you go and look at another area in your personal life, business, or career at a job. And I want you to identify something that's higher because you want your energy to align with putting in the work to then set the goals so that you can see change. Okay. So this is a brief overview of the stages of change under the theory of motivational interviewing. So there are technically six stages. The first stage is pre-contemplation. That is when someone is in denial. I don't have a problem. Stage two is contemplation. That is a person who is very aware there's a problem, but they're on the fence. They're ambivalent. They say, maybe I want to fix it. Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Maybe they change their mind every day. Stage three is preparation, also known as planning and determination. You are aware that something needs to change. You're ready to change it, but maybe you are lacking the tools, the strategies. So maybe now you're looking for the teacher, the coach, the mentor, or whoever can help you move the needle. In stage four, you have action. Now you're actually putting in the work. You have a mentor, a coach, you have the book, you have the video, and now you're actually implementing what you are learning at the same time so that you can shift in your behavior or that area. Now, the fifth stage is maintenance. This is where you are just cruising along. So, if we're talking about health and your goal was to drink 80 ounces of water, you are drinking 80 ounces of water every day. You good. You are just keep going, right? If you have the desire to get, let's just say, 10 additional clients or customers that would make you have 20 clients a month, you are maintaining at 20. Now, the last stage is called relapse. And most people may assume that because you relapsed, you had a bad day, you had a bad week, you had a bad quarter in your business. That means that doomsday is here. That means that you have to start over. Thanksgiving happened, you had the fried turkey, and it's over. But that is not the case. The biggest thing is that you identify that you had a setback, and that's okay. Give yourself grace and permission to then ask yourself higher quality questions, such as, based on this little minor setback is good. I'm still here. Am I in denial, also known as pre contemplation? No. Am I in the phase of contemplation? Maybe. Now we have to think about, are you ready to go back to where you were before the setback? If the answer is yes, like game time, I just fell back, I wasn't paying attention to the calendar, or I didn't get help in my business. Okay, well, then maybe we just need to revisit preparation, also known as determination, because maybe you just did not have the tools for the particular circumstance that happened. Maybe somebody changed the menu for where you were going on the holiday, and you were used to someone else cooking, and the other person who cooked in Greece, right? So you didn't know that. And so it's just about preparation and planning, and again, giving yourself grace to be resilient and get back up and keep going. So let's talk about what needs to change internally inside of you for you to complete or accomplish the goal that you are working toward. Okay. So, in the mental health world or in the life coaching world, I'm going to say under psychology, there is a technique called reframing. And you want to think about reframing as turning a knob. It's just thinking about something in a different way so that it could elicit some other level of emotion, right? So, I'm going to give you some reframe tips, and we're going to go over the following. What is scripting your goals and how it can help you? How can you create a SMART goal? How can you do act as if? How can you focus on or something better when you set a goal? And lastly, we're going to talk about your circles of influence that is directly linked to your goals. So let's talk about scripting. When you think about scripting, it's very different than journaling. When you hear about journaling, it's typically when somebody gets a folder out, a nice journal, maybe from a store, and they may start to list out all the problems. A lot of people may not use a journal to actually talk about all the things that are going right, but some people do. So with scripting, you want to act as if the goal has already been accomplished. So if you have a goal that you want to be accomplished in the next 90 days, I want you to get that date in mind, and I want you to visualize what would your life look like at that time when you've reached that goal. So you may want to do some of the following. Write down your life after the change has already occurred. Visualize it. Write down all the things you see. Then, to take it a step further, you can read that script daily. The language should be in past tense as though it already happened. So, let's just say if someone is focused on gaining 10 pounds in muscle in 90 days, and let's just say it's January. So, they may say, oh my gosh, I'm super excited. It is March 15th, and I cannot believe I was so committed to 90 days. I went to the gym 3 times a week. I even invested in a personal trainer. I started increasing my water intake. I took all of my vitamins. I started meal prepping. And when I didn't want to cook, I ended up investing in someone to cook for me. And I am just super excited that I stayed the course because my body is snatched. Okay. So that is an example of a script. Now, that sounds very different than, well, I think I want to lose 10 pounds, or I think I want to gain 10 pounds in muscle. I mean, I don't know how the 90 days going to go, but I hope I look good after. The tone changes. Okay. So you can do this for every area in your life that you want to see improve. Now, you can go a step further, and after you write it down, you can read it daily. If you don't want to read it daily, record it. So, like, it's an audible. You are your own author. You can then listen to it every day, maybe morning, noon, and night, or as many times as you would like. And then if you want to go the extra mile, you can then get some pictures that mimic whatever is on the outside of the outcome, and then maybe do a voiceover, right, of the photos. But the goal is that you elicit some emotion so that you get excited. You want to link the excitement to the outcome versus dread. Okay. Now let's talk about SMART goal. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time. So when you think about specific, you want to have a description. What specifically do you want to change or enhance? So let's go on the business side. I may say, I want to increase my customer caseload, and I want to go from 4 one-on-one customers or clients to 10 clients a week. Or I may say, I just want to get 5 new clients every 30 days. You have to be very specific, because in the next step, measurable, you have to be able to measure where you started and where you are going so that you can know if you are improving. So if you say you want to see 10 clients a month based on your schedule, every 30 days, you can look at, are you seeing 10 clients a month? You can technically look at this every week, because if people start canceling or people start, skipping sessions, then you will know you're not hitting your goal versus waiting until the 90 days are up. A is attainable. So when you think about attainable, it really taps into your belief system. Do you believe that that goal is possible in this season of your life? So if we look at health, and you got 5 trips coming up, I don't know if it may be the best idea to go extra hard and try to lose 50 pounds. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot do it. However, Do you believe that you can do it? Is the question. And if you do, great. If you don't, you may want to adjust the goal. It doesn't mean you throw away the goal. Realistic is you want to consider your circumstances. So let's just say if I wanted to go to the gym 4 days a week and the gym requires me to get in my car and leave. And let's just say I'm a single parent. The question would be, how old is my child in terms of circumstances? If my child is old enough, can I take them to the gym? How are they around other kids? Will they cry every 5 minutes and I got to keep checking on them? How am I with dropping my kid off to the kids center and paying $5 at the gym? Or are kids not even allowed? Therefore, I can't even go. Right. So you want to look at your circumstances based on your goal, because all of this is going to help you move faster with achieving your goal. And lastly, is you do want to set a desirable date. Now, I will say there are certain goals that you may set that it is good for you to have something in mind of when you want to accomplish the goal. But if you are stressing out and your feelings are not aligned with where you want to go and you're starting to feel more frustrated, I would then ask you to go back and revamp the goal. Did you make the goal too expansive for the time frame? That's why you want to be super specific. Now let's talk about act as if. So, act as if is really about you taking that script and now you're going to show up mentally every day as the person who already has accomplished whatever area we're focused on. So, if you say, I am the person that gets 10 new clients every single month, then how does that person show up every morning throughout the day? How do they end their day? What is their health routine? How do they market? Do they delegate? How does that person show up if we're talking about health? Right? Does that person make every excuse in the book as to why they cannot make healthier choices with food? Do they choose to go to the store and never buy water, never buy a filter for water, and they just buy soda? You want to start mentally. This does not cost any money. You want to show up mentally as the person who already has it. That is act as if. It is also known as being and becoming the person who exists like on your vision board. Okay. Because then the action will typically follow. Now, OSB stands for or something better. So I believe even though you set a goal, unless you have strict boundaries around, you don't want to gain or lose a certain amount of pounds, you don't want to drink a certain amount of water over a certain amount, or maybe with clients, you cannot take over 10 clients a month. So you have to have strict boundaries and say no. I believe that you don't want to block your blessing. So let's look at a money goal. You may say, it's the beginning of the year, I want to accomplish an increase in my business of $50,000 by the end of the year. So, what I will typically say is, I want to, or our company desires to generate an additional $50,000 or new money, $50,000 by December 31st or something better. I attach or something better because if I want to make room for it, I don't want to block it. Come on through an extra 75. Okay, because you never know what's in store for you as long as you're aligned with how you have to show up to then do that thing. Okay. Now, circles of influence, lastly, is really about who you are entertaining because who you talk to feeds your mind. So you are the average of the 5 to 7 people around you or that you give your time to. This includes children, adult children, partners, friends, colleagues, people who are in your business with you, clients, all the things. So who gets your time? And let me ask you, do these people, outside of minor children, of course, do these people contribute to your next level mentally, emotionally? I'm going to add spiritually, physically, and or financially, because some people may fall in one area. Somebody can give you a lot of money tips. Another person can pour into you through spirituality. Another person can be your gym buddy. But the bottom line is, if you want to go to the next level in whatever area you want to focus on in terms of growth, you want to make sure that you are attracting people and conversations in your life that are either going in the same direction that you're going and or they're already there, because that's going to motivate you some more. Okay. So what is next for you? We've talked about change talk. And I want you to embrace, hug, reinforcing change talk. Talking about things getting better is positive. So, to recap, the reframe tips that I provided you today is scripting out your goals as though they already happen. Be specific and apply the SMART goal setting method. Practice the act as if mentally. Attach the or something better behind your goal. And of course, make sure that you check your circle and that you are hanging around people that are linked to where you are going. Okay. So, what's next for you in this next quarter? I believe in setting quarterly goals, even though you can set a 7 day, a 1 year goal, but ultimately they're going to break down from 1 year to every 90 days to then every 30 days. I do reverse engineering to then every week to every day. So once you have an idea of what your goal is and you apply the SMART goal method, and let's just say if it has a time of when you want to accomplish it by, then I want you to start telling yourself, my goal is to be 1% better every day than what I was the day before. Because if your goal is to get up and be 100% better, meaning you want to do 100% different things than what you did yesterday to accomplish the goal, you're going to get burnt out because you have not developed that habit yet. It's like a muscle when you go to the gym. Over time, either the weights get heavier or the reps get longer. Okay. But you have to build that muscle. So I want you to think about who can support you during this journey. Some people are in our life for a season and a reason. And who do you need to become internally and mentally to get the results that you want? AKA, be okay with asking for help. You don't know what you don't know. All right. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this lesson today about enhancing your goal setting. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.